On Skye, it's day 2 of the search for the missing Hillwalker, Frank Johnson. PC Steve Harry Young is looking after the case.
We get calls every week to people on the hills. Every week, every set of shifts, there's at least one mountain rescue call where someone needs help.
The Cuillins specifically are such a challenging mountain environment. If somebody's missing there, you're immediately thinking the worst. The chances of them falling and have sustained an injury, or probably a fatal injury, are really high there. And that's at the forefront of your mind before you set out. There's somebody out there on the mountains having the worst day of their life, or potentially already passed away. If that's the case, you've got a family at home, and mountain rescue teams are the last hope for families. If they're missing in the mountains, there's nobody else that's going to find them. And that pressure does sit on your shoulders. And until we bring that person home, sometimes they're never going to get the closure they need.
On days like this where the mist's out, you're kind of walking up into them, never really quite sure how you're going to get up them. And you're trying even visually now to pick the path, the line, how would I get up there? These paths that we're on now stop really not that far up here. So you've got some decision making to do. And that's why it's super easy to get in trouble here. There's always the chance he's got higher, quicker, and whilst traversing the ridge, maybe he's taken a fall or gone off direction. But I think here, we're just looking at somebody that's probably come unstuck quite easily.
Cuillins and Egg is the southernmost peak of the Cuillins, and the approach routes to the summit involve scrambling and crossing a treacherous ridge.
So how are you going to pick your way up there?
The families are always at the forefront of your mind. I can't really imagine what they go through.
In my heart of heart, I thought he's lying unconscious and unable to tell somebody where he was. There is always hope while you don't know. You hold on to the thought that he could be found.
The search team has walked over 7 miles and climbed nearly 3,000 feet.
The amount of effort put into this search, you feel like we're just ordinary folk. Those sorts of things don't happen to us. And we're just in awe, really, of all of that effort for my big brother, really.
There were a group of volunteer teams out, and they were had taken a different search area into a different quarry, and through a really good visual search, they had located what they assumed was potentially a body up off one of the ridge lines. On investigation, and when the team went up, they found Frank.
It's believed that Frank fell while attempting a dangerous ridge on the ascent to the Munro, Cuillins and Egg.
To be able to find him, tell the family that we'd found him, when in a mountain environment like that, you're always wrestling with the fact you might not find that individual. There would be places that people could fall or come to harm, and you may never find them in the Cuillins. But thankfully, to get closure so quickly was actually quite a positive thing for us.
There's a lovely photograph of when he was just setting out to do the Hadrian's Wall a few years ago. And that's how we'll remember Frank, with a pack on his back, setting off to go on his next adventure. You can't choose the way you go, but if you could, that is what Frank would have chosen. Out in the mountains, this time the mountain won. And it was a worthy opponent, is all I can say. It was just so sad. But the mountain won, and it was a big mountain, wasn't it?